From cheap bug screens, shower tents, and cable tie hacks to magic table legs, wiring tricks, mounting tips, and more. This video is full of Nomad Nuggets, plus money-saving tips for flooring, a mixing bowl sink, a no-drill backup camera, and tiny trackers to protect your gear. From DIY to ready-made, I've got helpful hacks, tiny tips, and game changers coming your way. Man, that's a lot. I'm getting exhausted just teasing what's coming up. We got a lot to get to, so let's do this. If you're planning to or already living in a van, a car, a camper, or an SUV, this video is for you. Tip number 1, get these $3 gutter guards from any hardware store and pop them into place on top of your side windows for easy bug-free air ventilation. They come in white or in brown and they already have holes in them, perfect for airflow. And if you look really closely, you can see there's a micro mesh grilled in there that keeps the bugs out. They're 36 inches wide, and because they're made of vinyl, they're super easy to cut. Or spend a few bucks more on these large magnetic bug screens made for sunroofs and use them on your side windows. They'll work on any car, including the large sliding doors on minivans. Tip number 2, add window deflectors to keep the rain out while your windows are rolled down. These window deflectors stick out a couple of inches from the window, so when it rains, the water falls outside of the window. And the best part of these magnetic window screens is that they snap on top of the deflector, so you get the best of both worlds. The fresh air goes in, the bugs stay out, and when the water hits the deflectors, it just trickles off outside the window. Tip number 3, use iPhone AirTags and Android Chipolo trackers to protect your rig and your most expensive gear. I have them hidden inside my roof box, my awning, and my cargo carrier, as well as inside the van and underneath on the frame. I also like to use these waterproof AirTag vaults to secure these things and mount them. You just take your AirTag, you pop it in there, and you can see here, it's this orange thing, that's a seal. That makes it watertight. You're gonna screw that back together. This is VHB tape, adhesive from 3M. You're going to peel that off. You're going to peel that off and then just go stick it into place. A quick disclaimer, a lot of criminals are wise to AirTags, so they'll carry an iPhone with them, and then they can force the AirTag to play a sound, and that makes it easy to find. Unless. Tip number 4. Take the speaker out of your AirTags before you hide them on your rig or inside your gear. So you're just going to take the AirTag, you're going to press and twist, and this cap, that's the battery cover, it comes off. You're going to pop out the battery, you're going to set it to the side, and now kind of line this up with that dot at the top. And you're going to be really careful if you're using an X-Acto knife. You can also do this with a jeweler's screwdriver, but you're going to find 2 places to pop out. This inner insert snaps in, and you can see I've done this one before, but you're going to dig in and press it up like that on one side, and you dig it out. All right. So now that you get that out of the way, this is the speaker right here in the center, and we're just going to dig it out. So we're going to reach down in there, and we're going to pop that thing out. There it is. It popped right out. That's the speaker. I'm going to turn that over so you can see it. That's what you want to take out of there. And you want to line that up with that hole right there. See? And it should snap right back into place. So you just replace your battery, twist the thing back on. There it is. Okay, now you're done. Tip number 5. Attach a weather-resistant bike alarm to anything that's easy to unscrew or remove. I've got one on the back of my shower tent right here. These are awesome because they come with a remote to turn it on or off, and they work on vibration. That's just a warning. They're really loud. And bonus tip, you can use these bicycle cable locks for an extra layer of security. I've got one here on the back of my shower tent, and I have some wrapped around my solar panel mounts. None of these methods is foolproof, but hopefully you can dissuade a thief from targeting your rig. Tip number 6. Here are 2 ways to make your next wiring project easier. First, get a smart wire stripper that can instantly trim different gauge wires. Adjust the wire size, the depth. There's a little blade right there, tiny thing there, and you measure from the blade to this red thing that can slide back and forth. That's a little spacer. And so you slide that in there, and as long as you put it snug onto the red little thing and you press down, perfect strip every time. Now we'll do the red one. That's how you do it. If you need a longer, more wire, you would slide that red thing further down. There it is. Then get a set of wire lever nut quick connectors. Just insert your wire, lock down your lever, and you've got a safe, perfect connection just like that. Tip number 7. If you ever need to run a wire in a hard to reach place, tape it to the end of a long wood dowel, and then just thread that dowel into the hole and shove it up as far as you can go. Then you grab that wood pole, and you just pull it through, and now you've got your wire. I use this trick to run wires from the front to the back for everything. Tip number 8. Cut a piece of 1/4-inch birch plywood about 5 inches across by 9 inches down, and then you can wedge it into the seat grab handle just like that. It's super snug, and you can mount all kinds of stuff up here. Here I have a puck light and a magnet. I've got another one on this side. Here I've got a removable LED light, and behind it I've mounted my little travel router. The coolest thing about this is that you can pop these out at any time if you want to work on something. It's just super easy. And you can see here, I've got some electronics hidden behind it. Tip number 9. With most backup cameras, you can't see over cargo carriers or bike racks. This is how you mount one up high with no drilling. You'll need to purchase the camera, one large rubber-coated magnet, a few smaller rubber-coated magnets with eye bolts, cable ties, and a posi tap connector. Position the large magnet where you want it and attach the camera with a small bracket. Zip tie the exposed wire to a couple of the small magnets and eye bolts to keep the wire from blowing in the wind while you're driving. Then run the wires into a door or rear hatch and cover them in white waterproof Gorilla Tape. Next, use the posi tap connector to connect the camera wire to your car's reverse light wire. You don't have to cut the wire. These connectors are amazing. That's how the camera gets power and turns on when you put the car in reverse. You still need to run a wire up to a monitor or your stereo head unit, but that's for another video. Tip number 10. Use these water bottle cages made for bikes. They'll hold anything round. On this side, I've got a cup and some cooking utensils. And I used the one on this side for my tiny fire extinguisher. It was loose, so I wrapped gaffer's tape around it for a snug fit. Tip number 11. Drill a hole in a mixing bowl and add a no overflow bath drain for a cheap vessel sink. You'll need a drill, a 1.5-inch hole saw, and a metal file to smooth out the rough edges. Drill another hole in a tile or wood countertop, and the sink can drop straight down into a 3 or 5 gallon water container below. It's cheap, it's easy, and it looks great too. Tip number 12. Save time, weight, and money on flooring. Only create flooring for the exposed part of your build. You probably don't need to cover the whole floor in your rig. My wood floor only goes a couple of inches under my sofa bed. I used 1/2-inch plywood as a base. You don't need anything thicker than that. The top is covered in water-resistant wood-look vinyl planks, and I added thin aluminum angle on the edges to polish the look. Here's a bonus tip. Build your floor all the way up to the back of your front seat rail mounts, and make sure the floor is low enough that the seats can slide back over it. Because of this one trick, you won't have to drill any holes or do anything to mount your flooring to the car. It's not going anywhere, even if you slam on the brakes, because it's under the seats. Tip number 13, cable ties, also called tie wraps. I use them under my sofa. These are just tie wraps that I use to connect two baskets together so that I can use the entire depth back there under there, and they just slide in and out like one really long drawer. On my trash cans, the cabinet has a slot here for a narrow trash can that has another secret trash can mounted behind it that I can access from the front to be used while driving. I use cable ties in the back of the van to secure my vertical storage to the seatbelt mounts, and up here too. These aren't going anywhere. And I have one holding my phone charger in place on this wood block. Tip number 14. Get cheap tent poles, 2 shower curtain liners, and some tiny eye bolts to create a budget-friendly privacy tent for a shower, toilet, or changing room. This is how the private shower area looks once I have it set up. I have 2 shower curtains hanging on a 16-foot tent pole that I bend in half and thread into these tiny eye bolts on my roof rack. I have 2 on either side. Then I use one of my awning support poles to hold up the edge farthest from the van. That pole sits inside a plastic weight on the ground to keep it from moving, and I use spring clamps to hold the shower curtain in place. Plus, it's a great place to hang wet clothes to dry. Tip number 15. Drill holes in all your platform pieces when making a folding sofa bed. You can see here I have the cushions out, and now I have these holes that I drilled using a cordless drill and a hole saw, and that was just for extra ventilation, but also saves a little bit of weight. You'll need a wired or cordless drill and a 3 or 4-inch hole saw blade. If you do use a cordless drill, you're going to need extra batteries and a whole lot of patience. It can take up to 5 minutes to drill each hole. So that's it, my 15 favorite hacks, tips, and tricks. Do you have any tips you'd like to share? Leave a comment. Until next time, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.